is Trish from Makeup by Trish 2, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Bare Minerals, Bare Essentials, ID Bare Minerals, or however you want to look at it, the BE foundation. I get so many questions about this, and there's a lot of confusion sometimes about it, and the company has gone through some changes and put some new products out here. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to break my chair here. And so I just thought, with somebody who was a BE obsessed, crazy, sparkle crack girl for so long, for probably about 5 years now, I think I have a pretty good knowledge base. I've moved myself a little bit further away from the company than I'm not as familiar as I used to be with it, but I have a good foundation of knowledge, and foundation of knowledge, so funny. And I just thought I'd share it with you guys. So, Bare Minerals foundation comes in 2 different formulas. There is the original, looks like this, and there is the new matte, it looks like this. They look exactly the same. The difference between the two is, on the original, you're going to get more of a pearlescent or glow, more of a glowy kind of look to the skin as you're done finishing and buffing it. The matte version is just that. It's going to be more of a matte finish. It doesn't mean that this now foundation is going to be better for pictures, because unfortunately it's not. It's got SPF in it, which is a good thing, but not so good for pictures. So those are the main 2 differences. Why are there 2 different finishes or 2 different versions? Well, one is for the finish. One, obviously the original gave a little bit more of a pearlescent kind of glow to the skin, which some ladies don't prefer, and I can definitely see that as you get a little bit more mature, it probably, if you use too much of it anyways, it doesn't give the nicest finish, and that's where the matte comes in. I really think the biggest reason why they did this, and a lot of people don't know this, is that the original contains a mineral, or I think it's a mineral, a chemical, I don't know, bismuth. And bismuth is what gives that beautiful glow to the skin. And it's not like it's just found in Bare Minerals. It's in a lot of mineral makeup companies. And it really just gives that wonderful kind of like sheen and glow, and not sparkle, but you know what I mean. It's just it adds to products, so that's why it's in there. What's the negative about that? Well, for some people it can cause itching, burning, not severe, actual burns, but it gives you the sensation of itching and burning. For some people, not all. I never had a problem wearing it. I knew I was going to be out in the sun for a longer or a long period of time. That's when I noticed that around like here where I would sweat, or right up here, I would get the itchies, or it would burn just a little bit. Nothing to where I was like, oh, I've got to wash this off my face, but obviously who wants to have burning makeup? Not I. But not everybody has that problem with it, so there you go. And I've actually heard of some people trying the matte and having issues with it, but I don't understand why, because that chemical is not in here anymore. So those are the 2 different versions. What I love about Bare Minerals is it does have SPF in it, and I get asked all the time about multitasking products, because I'm a huge fan. If something can do 2 or 3 things for me and skip a step, I'm all about that, because I'm a busy person. I don't have a lot of time always to get ready in the morning. And I live in Florida, and one of the great things is that, or anywhere you live, you've got to be careful about SPF, but obviously in more of the hotter climates, or where you might be going to the beach, you have to worry about protecting your skin. So because of that, I really like this foundation. Let me see here. Yeah, they have SPF 15 in it. And so what's nice is you could just, take that and, buff it on, and then you've got your sunscreen and your foundation. And if you're going to go to a place where, it's going to be warm and you might be sweating, what's great about this is they're sweat proof, they're waterproof. You can test it for yourself. They have a little test. Yeah, I think there's videos on it on the BE website, but, you can take a thing of water and put it, sprinkle some of the BE on top, and it will actually stay on the surface of the water. It won't sink to the bottom. Very, very waterproof. And it lasts a pretty good time, especially if you prime your skin, I find. One big tip, if you are going to look at this, this company, is I would invest in good brushes. I think BE does some excellent, excellent brushes. I love their brushes they make for the cheeks and for the eyes. I'm just not a big fan of their face brushes. I use my Smashbox 19. Yeah. yeah, in the Smashbox 19 buff, and I use that to buff it in. A lot of people think, oh, because it's a powder foundation, I've got to pile it all on. Well, you pile it all on and it's just not going to work with your skin. The great thing about these type of things is they really blend into the skin, or they're made to buff into the skin so that you do have a natural, more of a natural coverage, or your skin shows through and it just looks, you know, it does look really nice and beautiful. So use a little less. There's plenty of tutorials out there. I'll show you about probably what I would use. So don't use too much of this. I know when I first got it, I did, and I couldn't tell, did I really like it? But then I'd get compliments on my skin, and I was like, well, you know, if I'm getting compliments, it must look nice, because people would be like, well, you know, what's different about you? You know, something looks different. You look, you know, more glowy. I don't know. What is it? And I realized, you know, it's just this, and it took a little bit of playing around to get just like the perfect, you know, kind of coverage to it. There's many different ways you can wear BE warm method. I have that video. I don't know, my videos over there. I think my videos are over there. If they are on this YouTube player, click over there. You'll see I've got one on how to apply BE Warm. But there's many different ways. You can apply it with water. You can mix it with a primer. You can just, you know, just do the regular way and buff it on. You can do this and spritz it with water. There's tons of different ways to wear it. So that's kind of nice. It's a very universal. So when people are like, oh, it's not going to give me enough coverage, you can get the coverage you pretty much need. I'd say for 90% of the people, you can get the coverage you need from these foundations. It's just learning how to work with the foundation, and it's not the usual, like, you know, liquid foundation where you're just, you know, you want a little bit more? Oh, well, let's take a little bit more liquid and put that on there. With BE, the more you kind of buff, the more beautiful the finish you're going to get. Sometimes I like to use liquid makeup during the day, and then I need to go somewhere at night and I want to freshen up. I'll use a little bit of foundation as kind of like a touch-up kind of powder, giving me a little bit more color than just a pressed powder would. After I've removed all the oil off my face, don't put makeup on top of an oily face. I would compare it to like MAC's mineralized foundation, the ones that come in the little compacts. And it's also great for blemishes. I love these. Like, I'm wearing liquid foundation today, but I've got a big ugly right there. And then, ooh, it's not even barely showing up. I probably should show it to you guys. One right there. And I just take a nice big fluffy brush like this and dip it in the product and swirl it all the way around, and it just buffs out really nicely. So anyway, that's my little kind of coverage and info on Bare Essentials BE. If you have questions, if you have some comments, I'm sure I forgot something, put it in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Bye.